increasing amount of class time preparing for a big new test that is even more stressful. It'll be given in March and May. A growing number of Jersey families are rebelling against it.
During a Department of Ed open forum, dozens of teachers, parents, and students bitterly complained about the PARCC test, saying it was distracting students from learning. Toms River High School honor student Jacob Hartman said the for-profit company that created PARCC is now being investigated by the FBI for corruption, insider trading, and bad business practices.
How can students and parents feel confident in a company that is not even meeting ethical standards and is corrupt? My thoughts and opinions are also shared by my local community and my peers.
In Trenton, David Mathau, New Jersey 101.5 News.
There's word on New York. If you're a parent of school-aged kids, you know how stressful standardized testing can be, and there's another one coming up. It'll be given twice to all students in grades 3 through 11 in the coming months. This is the new test known as PARCC, and parents are rebelling.
Dozens of parents, teachers, and students showed up at the Department of Ed to testify against the PARCC exam. Toms River High School honor student Jacob Hartman, who's refusing to take PARCC, says it's a stressful, distracting waste of time created by a for-profit company that is now
under investigation by the FBI for corrupt hierarchy, inside trading with Apple and the Los Angeles School District, and wrongful termination of employees.
Students and parents can't feel confident, says Hartman, in a corrupt company that isn't meeting ethical standards. In Trenton, David Mathau, New Jersey 101.5 News.
New Jersey 101.
But students becoming hyper-focused and stressed out. And that's always been the case, I think, with testing, and yet it's hard to imagine, absent some kind of testing, how are you supposed to gauge the quality of the product that you're turning out? You can't just come up with some sort of a program or a curriculum, never figure out or try to assess how effective it is, who's learned what, and say, okay, here's your diploma, go out into the world. And I think a lot of kids are doing that and getting their ears pinned back. But anyway, they say that another thing, one of the students said, many of the new laptops that were purchased by the school so students can take the test aren't working properly. Said the students are stressed, they'll be working on something, the computer will shut off, stop working, and then they'll have to redo everything. Now, I think that is probably the best lesson they're getting for what's going to happen when they get out in the world, in which everybody has to use these devices, and they often do just shut off and stop working. So at least they have some preparation for it would be a good opportunity to learn to manage frustration anyway. But another, I think, very interesting part of this, I tell you, I'll finish this up after the news. I think we have some news coming up. There was criticism of the company who has the contract for this. I'll tell you about that after the news. And if you have thoughts on it, if you have any concerns about this, we'd like to hear them. And that will be after Eric pops up on the hour with the news.
New Jersey 101.5 News Time 9:07. All of our kids in grades 3 through 11 are spending an increasing amount of class time preparing for a big new standardized test. You may have heard them talk about the PARCC test, and you know it is a source of stress, not just for them, but probably for your entire family. It'll be given twice, in March and in May. And a growing number of Jersey families are rebelling against it.
During a Department of Ed open forum, dozens of teachers, parents, and students bitterly complained about the PARCC test, saying it was distracting students from learning. Toms River High School honor student Jacob Hartman said the for-profit company that created PARCC is now being investigated by the FBI for corruption, insider trading, and bad business practices.
How can students and parents feel confident in a company that is not even meeting ethical standards and is corrupt? My thoughts and opinions are also shared by my local community and my peers.
In Trenton, David Mathau, New Jersey 101.5 News.
There is growing unhappiness with the latest standardized test being pushed by the state. It's known as the PARCC. Toms River High School honor student Jacob Hartman says many teachers and fellow students think PARCC is a big waste of time.
Technology's not working, the students are frustrated, and someone needs to say something.
All New Jersey students in grades 3 through 11 are supposed to take the PARCC test twice over the next 4 months. A growing number of New Jersey parents, teachers, and students are unhappy with the new standardized test known as PARCC, and they're calling on the State Department of Education to make it optional. Toms River Honor student Jacob Hartman says PARCC is creating a lot of stress and distracting students from real learning.
If they don't want to do the test, if they see it as harmful, then don't make them take it.
He says many students and teachers alike believe PARCC is just a waste of time.